All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. So let's get into how to find quality clients. All right, so how do you find these types of businesses that are willing to pay you what you're asking for as an appointment setter, as a growth specialist, or whatever specific service that you want to provide, right? So typically, there are signs that, to look for when searching for businesses that have the right qualities, right? Some of them are obvious, some of them require some work, right? But the earlier in the qualification spectrum that you can qualify, the easier it's going to be down the line, right? So I drew this right here. Typically less work, more work, right? And what is their audience size, right? Is it big? Is it small? Now, big doesn't necessarily mean they're making a lot of money, but what is the size of their audience? Do they have a large Facebook group or something, right? Do they have a huge follower count, right? What type of messaging is in their content? In their outreach messages, in their content, like whatever, what is in their email list, whatever, right? What is their specific messaging look like? Assets, what type of assets do they have, right? What type of content is out there for people to digest, right? Whether it's a VSL, whether it's, a webinar, what do they have out there, right? Now, let's say you hop on a discovery call with them. What does that look like? What does that process look like? When you message them, what did they tell you, right? How do they get you on a call? And then for a demonstration call, now you're actually on a call with their sales rep and they're trying to sell you. What does that look like? So further you go, the more work. So the earlier that you can qualify them, whether or not they're fit to work with you or you're fit to work with them, the better for you, right? Now, number one question you always want to ask is, do they have product market fit, right? This can usually be found by subscribing to their list, looking at their websites, seeing them on other websites. If you see them on other people's websites, such as marketplaces, other coaching programs, other Facebook groups, et cetera, or even checking out their personal social media accounts, right? Do they have a scalable product or service, right? These are questions that you're asking yourself when you're messaging them. So you want to find out more about their business to see if they have a scalable product or service. You don't ask, do they have a scalable product or service? But, this is more common sense than any real investigation you'll really need to do. The more custom the work they do is, the more difficult it is to scale, right? Brick and mortar businesses are difficult to scale, right? This includes a lot of in-person service-based businesses, such as real estate, maids, personal trainers, et cetera, right? Unless you were taking them to a more scalable model, right? You can definitely work with these people if you're going to help them develop a scalable model, right? Now, really scalable products or services include drop shipping, information products like coaching programs and consulting services, software as a service, digital services, right? Now, do they have great profit margins, right? That's another big one, right? So let me just do this real quick. Hang on. This will make it much more easier for you guys to, for you guys reading this to just see, okay, right? So I already went over this part. So do they have great profit margins, right? Now, this is usually deducted from how scalable, you can understand their profit margins from how scalable their products or services, and it's not that complicated to understand whether or not someone has great profit margins, because you can ask them how big their team is. You can ask them what they charge, right? And you can just tell from the service they have, right? If you have to open up, more restaurants every single time you want to scale, profit margins will be lower, right? If you have to hire more people every time you want to scale, profit margins will be lower. If you have to hire specialists to do custom work every single time you want to scale, margins are going to be lower, right? If they offer the exact same thing to everyone else, like a commodity, right? Meaning that all their competitors are just fighting for who has the lowest price, profit margins will be lower. You can also check their pricing packages or simply go through their funnel and just call them up to understand how much they charge and how big their team is. And, literally everything I just mentioned, you can ask them those things, right? Just figure out how to word it and make it not as complicated. Don't complicate these things. You can literally say, hey man, like, what do you have to do in order to scale? How many team members do you have right now? Like, don't overcomplicate this, right? So another thing is, are they already acquiring new clients? So this one is a little tricky because you want to work with someone that is already growing. But if they have no problems with their sales / marketing system, then why do they need you, right? So we will make assumptions here, but here are some real ways to know if they are acquiring new clients. No, it is not if they are posting photos, with Lamborghinis on Instagram and things like that, right? So a good way to notice this is paid advertising. This is probably one of the easiest ways to tell that they are acquiring, or at least trying to acquire, new clients. If they are investing money into ads, or marketing consistently with content, it is likely they are getting a return on investment in the form of new clients. So you can check out their Facebook ads library, right? If you click this link, it'll take you to a place on Facebook where you can literally just search ads, right? And then you can also go to VidTal. You can also go to Google search ads. You can also go to sponsored posts on marketplaces, right? And then literally funnel hack them. Look at their ads, click on their ads, sign up for their email, sign up for whatever you find so that you can learn more about their products and services. The better you get at researching, the higher chances you have of actually working with them as a client, because you will find problems to fix, to solve, to help them grow, right? Now, as a appointment setter, you don't need to do all of this, right? Literally, you don't have to do all of this, but the more thorough, and you can see that they actually need your services, the better, right? This right here is mainly for people who want to be growth specialists in the next section of this program, in the next phase. But being a setter, you don't have to go this deep to get hired, honestly, because literally you just message someone, hey, I'm an appointment setter. Are you looking for one? Yes, no, cool. Next person, next person, next person, and then you get hired, right? So another thing is their content. Are they continuously putting out new content that is getting decent engagement? Now, this is not always a sign of customer acquisition, right? Is their audience growing? Yes or no? That doesn't mean they're acquiring new clients. Do they have a community? Yes or no? How big is it? That doesn't mean they're acquiring new clients. What does, their brand look like? Their business brand, their personal brand. Doesn't mean they're acquiring new clients, but is it good, bad? Do they rank on Google search? Yes, no, doesn't mean they're getting new clients. You can leverage this site right here to do that. Are they frequently on podcasts or have a large audience? Yes, no, doesn't mean they're getting new clients, but it's good to learn, right? Now, sales funnels. If you get and you find they have a sales funnel, are they driving all of their traffic to a sales funnel, right? Now, based on your training, does it seem like a good sales funnel? Funnel hack them and get on a call. Now, most of you probably don't know what a sales funnel is. To keep it brief, it's really a website that's super, super simple, right? You click the link, you go on their website, and it's like most of the time it'll have a video, and then it'll have a link to purchase a product or a link to book a call, right? So you've probably been on them plenty of times, right? Now, if you message me and ask me for examples, I'll probably share an example. And if enough people message me examples, then I'll probably add it here, right? Based on your training, does it seem like a good sales funnel, right? Funnel hack them and get on a call with them, right? Now, do they have a sales team? Yeah, do they have a sales team? Do they have salespeople already in place? They likely wouldn't be working for free if they do. So book a time to talk. And then if you book a time to talk, are you speaking with the CEO or a sales rep? That will tell you whether or not they have salespeople on the team. Do they have a great work environment? This really comes down to personal preference, but it's important to do your research, not just for you, but for other people that, you could be hiring later on. Can you relate with the CEO? You will be doing a lot of work together. Do you actually look up to them? Do they share similar values as you? Check their social media and see if their employees are posting as well, right? See if you can speak with other team members. Like on LinkedIn, you can go to LinkedIn company profile and see every member that is linked to that company profile, right? Is it all about the money, or do they have a higher purpose? What happens when you type in company name reviews into Google? What do you see, right? Are they already looking for someone to fill this specific position? Meaning someone who understands content, understands marketing, understands how to book appointments. Are they already looking for that stuff? They may or may not know that they need to hire for this position. So wouldn't it make your life easier if they were already actively searching? You know, you can create a profile on Upwork, on Indeed, on ZipRecruiter, and LinkedIn, and search for companies that are looking to hire for appointment setters and lead gen and marketing, like, and content creation and content. Like, guys, this could not be easier, right? So let me just make these links for you guys. But that's, I mean, you can message them directly on that platform and follow up through additional channels. You can message them on any channel. And if you find their accounts on multiple channels, I mean, message them everywhere to get their attention. That's really it for this section, guys. So yeah, great job. Keep going. See you guys in the next section.